And welcome in to the Nicolay Field on a brisk Saturday afternoon here on the campus of Adrian College. We have game one of a doubleheader between the Bulldogs of Adrian College and the Chargers of Hillsdale College. We are just about ready for first pitch today, and on the mound for the Bulldogs today, it's going to be Austin Allenbaugh. He's appeared in 2 games this year, 2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 walks to 3 strikeouts. So big key for Austin Allenbaugh today is going to be get the ball over the plate. His first pitch swing, blooped into left field. It's going to be trouble. That's going to get down. Fair ball. Runner holds up at first base. 1 pitch, 1 hit for the Chargers. Wasn't a bad pitch from Allenbaugh there. It looked like a fastball towards the inner half to the left-handed hitting Harstein. Got beat on the pitch, but able to muscle it into left field. Drops right in front of Javier Rosa Franco out there in left. So that's going to bring up Ethan Bach now, the Chargers second baseman today. First pitch from Allenbaugh showing bunt, gets it down third base line. That one's going to roll foul. Walker scoops it up in foul ground, making sure it stays foul. We got a little delay here. Music still playing. That's going to bring it Ethan Roth now. He's actually the starting pitcher for the Chargers today. Allenbaugh comes set. First pitch. Fastball misses away. Battery made for Allenbaugh today is Dakota Clift, making his first start of the season today, along with Allenbaugh. Harstein leads off at first. The 1-0. Just misses. Fastball just misses off the inside edge. Good job by Clift to receive that one. Home plate umpire doesn't give him the call. Count moves to 2-1 now. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hit second base, diving past the Ty Parent over there. It's scooped up by Holland Wright. Brought in quickly. It's going to hold the runner at first base. Back-to-back singles to lead off the ball game. Yet to see anything off speed from Allenbaugh so far. It's been all fastballs. And that one was absolutely pieced up by Bach. It was a sharp grounder, and on a turf field here at the Nick, it's tough to get in front of. Perrin made a good effort, but just past his outstretched gloves. That's going to bring up Ethan Roth now. Allenbaugh comes set, first pitch. Breaking ball just misses above the zone. Looks pretty good from up here. It's tough to tell up and down from here. Must have missed a little bit above the letters there. Allenbaugh gets the sign, comes set, first and second, nobody out here on the top of the first. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul ball sent over the screen on the right field side. It's going to even things up at 1-1 now. Roth steps back in. Allenbaugh gets the sign, comes set, checks on the runner at second. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul tip, little check swing. It's going to go right back to the screen. It's going to move the count to 1-2 now. As I mentioned at the very top of the broadcast, Allenbaugh has struggled in his limited innings so far. Only 2 innings pitched, but walking 4 guys in 2 innings, not ideal as a pitcher. Does have 3 strikeouts, and he's going to be looking for one here. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses up. Yet to see an effective breaking ball yet from Allenbaugh, as he's releasing it just a little bit too early, not really finishing that pitch, leaves it above the zone. It's going to be 2-2 now to Ethan Roth. Allenbaugh comes set, turns, kicks, fires. Here's the pitch. Just misses inside. Went with the fastball there. It's going to load up the count now. Allenbaugh struggled with the walks, desperately trying to avoid one here, but has a tough task with the Charger 3-hitter in front of him. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Count's going to remain full now. Sure, Roth is asking for that pitch again. Pretty much a center cut fastball there, something he can definitely do damage on. Not much of a lead at second base from Braxton Harstein as Allenbaugh comes set. Here's the payoff. Another foul sent out of play. Count remains 3-2 as the pitch count for Allenbaugh starting to get up there already. Only the 3rd batter of the game now, but Allenbaugh had 11 pitches and has yet to record an out. Definitely use a ground ball right about now. Allenbaugh comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's going to miss up and in. Ball forward to Roth as he's going to draw a walk there. It's going to load him up. We have a little mound visit here from the catcher Clift, trying to calm down Allenball. As I mentioned, it is his first start of the year. Maybe a little bit of nerves setting in here. As Bulldogs now going to bring in the whole crew, have a little discussion at the mound. The corners come in. Looks like we got a few smiles out there from Allenball, so looks like he's doing just fine out there. His home plate umpire is going to walk out there, kill the tea party that's going on out there. It's going to bring up Matt Riley for the Chargers, 4-hitter today. And a prime RBI opportunity here in the top of the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out after a pair of singles and a walk. Allenball goes into the motion, first pitch. It's going to miss down and away. Good job by Clift to slide over and stop that one from getting by. Wasn't in the dirt, but still a tough grab nonetheless. Allenball gets the sign, goes into the motion, turns, kicks, fires the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball top of the zone. Blew it past Riley. That's going to even things up at 1 apiece now. Corners, even with the bag around the diamond, unless it's hit hard, they will not be going home. The 1-1. Swinging a pop foul over the screen. Count moves to 1-2 for Allenball. Much better at bat this time around for the Chargers. As Allenball, sorry. Looking for the strikeout here. Count is 1-2. Allenball gets the sign, goes into the motion, turns, kicks, fires the 1-2. Fastball misses down and away. Stays in front of Cliff, though. Count moves to 2-2. If you're Allenball here, you really want to get something down in the zone, force these Chargers to roll over and get yourself a double play. Might bring a run in, but it would definitely limit the damage here in the first. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a check swing. Looks like they're not going to check it. So we're going to have another mound visit here. The swing from Riley there looked pretty close to going around. I'm surprised we didn't at least have an appeal there. It's a club baseball game, so it's only a two-man crew out there. Not a great angle for the umpire standing on the third base side of the mound, especially to a right-handed hitter. Looks like we're going to have Josh Kenora probably asking for an appeal on that play. He's not going to get it, though. Count's going to move full. Allenball at risk at walking in our first run of the game today. Allenball gets the sign, goes into the motion. Here's the full count pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Sent out to center field. Hudick is under it. Runner tags. He'll head home. Hudick going to make the throw to third base. Going to be a close play. Not in time. Bach just beats the throw from Hudick. It was a good one-hop throw right over the cutoff man. Gave him a good shot, but just came in a little bit too late as the speed from Bach allows him to move in a third. And it's going to allow the Chargers to take a 1-0 lead in this game. So that's going to bring up Jonathan Evans now, the center fielder for the Chargers today. Allenball comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's a good pitch from Allenball. Had some late life on it. Maybe a changeup or maybe a two-seamer he took a little bit off of. Nonetheless, gets the swing and miss from Evans. Allenball comes set. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down from Clift. Not in time. It was a pretty decent throw from Clift there. Just came in a little bit late. It was a great jump from Roth over there on first base. That's going to have 2 men in scoring position now. One away. 0-2 count to Evans, however. Allenball needs a strikeout here if he wants to limit the damage here in the first. Allenball shakes, gets the sign, goes into the motion. Here's the 0-2. Fastball just missed above the zone. Allenball wanted that one. Kind of a little grimace after he threw that pitch there. Would have loved to get the backwards K there. Count now 1-2. Allenball gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and away, misses. Count moves to 2-2. Command has been an issue for Allenball here in the first inning. That was his 21st pitch of the inning. Still only with one away. Allenball goes in the motion, the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball hit out to second base. Perrinfield's easy play over to first base. Retires the runner. However, it's going to bring in a run for the Chargers as Ethan Bach comes in to score. It'll be 2-0 Chargers on the Jonathan Evans RBI groundout. Chargers still in business here. Runner on third base, 2 outs. That's going to bring up Colin McAuliffe. Allenball, first pitch to him. Swinging a foul ball, sent out of play down the right field line. Hicks gives chase, but it's no use. dugout telling Hicks he's got to make that play. And, I'm sure I might have to agree with him. It was sent about 50 feet out of play, but, we've seen some crazy things happen at the Nick this year. The 0-1 from Allenbaugh. Fastball misses up in the zone. Eye level. It's been a consistent misses upstairs so far from Allenbaugh. Just not really finishing those pitches, getting it down in the zone. He's walked a guy because of it and fallen behind numerous counts already. Here's the 1-1. Called strike outside corner. It's exactly what Allenbaugh is looking for there. Did a great job finishing that one, bringing it down in the zone. Good job by Cliff to receive that one. Count's going to move to 1-2. Allenbaugh shakes again, gets the sign. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Went with the fastball there. It looked like it was up and away to McAuliffe. Just got beat on it a little bit, so instead of a line drive, it's sent straight back to the screen. Count 1-2 now to McAuliffe. Allenbaugh shakes, gets the sign he wants. Goes into the motion. Here's the 1-2. Swing another. Foul sent back to the screen. These Charger hitters putting together lengthy at-bats against Allenbaugh. That was his 27th pitch of this first inning. Now, the game plan for the Bulldogs today, pitching-wise, is to start to rotate pitchers. Allenbaugh only projected to go a couple innings in this one, but the high pitch count may change things. Swinging a foul in and out of the glove of Clift. Allenbaugh ever so close to getting the strikeout he needs to get out of the inning. Instead, the at-bat's going to live on. Count still 1-2 to McAuliffe. Allenbaugh looking to get out of the first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3, call top of the zone. Allenbaugh gets off to a rough start, but limits the damage here in the first inning. It's 2 runs on 2 hits for the Chargers. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning here on ACTV.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
And welcome back. Bottom of the first inning getting ready to be played here. It was the Chargers who put up 2 runs in their half of the first inning, only on 2 hits. A little bit of command issues from Allenbaugh. But as the Bulldogs get ready to hit here, we'll take a look at the lineup. Top 3 goes Brock Hudick, Ty Perrin, and Jesse Leyva. Middle 3 go Tyler Hall, Luke Pope, and Javier Rosa Franco. Bottom 3, Colton Hicks, Drew Walker, and Dakota Clift. They'll be facing Ethan Roth for the Hillsdale College Chargers today. Little is known about these Chargers in terms of their club baseball team. Not many stats out there, as a lot of club teams like to keep things a little bit secretive, not super public information. The Bulldogs are coming off a fantastic 3-game set against Western Michigan, as they won those games by a score of 11-3, 11-1, and 16-3. So the bats were rolling all last weekend, so I'm sure they're looking to get that going today. A lot of new faces in this Bulldog lineup today, most notably the catcher Dakota Clift and third baseman Andrew Walker, who we haven't seen start a ton of games this year. Looking at the Charger defense, outfield left to right is Levi Schroeder, Jonathan Evans, and Braxton Harstein. Infield left to right is Charlie Albus, Jaden Camaro, Ethan Bach, and Colin McAuliffe. Doing the catching for the Chargers today is Matt Riley. And, of course, on the mound is Ethan Roth. Throw goes down to second base. Hudick walks up to the plate. And we're ready to start play here in the bottom of the first inning. Bulldogs looking to erase a 2-run deficit before they even get a chance to swing the bats. It's going to be Brock Hudick leading things off for the Bulldogs today. Hudick coming in, batting .379 on the year. Shows bunt, gets it down. Third base side of the mound. Roth Field's going to be a tough play at first, and Hudick beats it. It's a bunt single to lead off the game for the Bulldogs. It wasn't the prettiest bunt in the world, but just slow enough. And Roth, not really super athletic on that play. It's going to allow Hudick and his speed to be on first base for Bulldog second baseman today, Ty Perrin. Perrin, left-handed hitter. Back-to-back lefties in this Bulldog lineup started out. Hudick with a sizable lead off of first base. Roth comes set. Checks on the runner. Here's the pitch. Hudick is going. Perrin shows bunt. Throw down from the catcher. It is not in time at second base. It's like Hudick might have overslid the bag a little bit, had to get that hand back on there before the tag was applied, and he was able to do so successfully. So Perrin pulled back the bunt attempt. So the count is 1-0 now to Perrin. The Charger third baseman, Albus, playing about even with the bag over there. So if they want to bunt again, the opportunity is certainly there. Here's the one off to Perrin. He's going to show bunt. That was going to be foul, sent down the third base line. It was a good idea from Perrin there, as he has a ton of speed. If he's able to get that down, he's shown multiple times that he has the legs to wheel that one out. So the count moves to 1-1. Outfielders shaded very far in on Perrin, only about 40 feet behind the infield. Roth comes set. Here's the pitch to Perrin. Swing and a miss. He fouled that one off, actually. Didn't get much of it. Went in and out of the glove of Riley. Count's going to move to 1-2 on Perrin. At the minimum here, you want to get this runner over to second base. With a left-handed hitter up, should be fairly easy. He just needs to put the ball on the ground to the right side here. At least make a productive out. Here's the 1-2 to Perrin. Breaking ball misses outside. It's a good take by Perrin there. Count's going to be even up at 2 apiece now. Hudick leading off a second. It's 2-0 Chargers here in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody out. Roth checks on the runner, comes set. Here's the 2-2 to Perrin. Swinging a foul ball down left field line. It will get out of play. Perrin stays alive here in the at-bat. Still 2-2. So far from Roth, I believe we have seen just a straight four-seam fastball, and I'm going to say it was a slider that we saw miss earlier in the at-bat. Didn't really have a ton of vertical break, more left-right horizontal movement. Here's the 2-2 from Roth. Fastball misses above the zone. Count's going to move to 3-2 now to Perrin. Perrin comes into play. Only 5 walks on the season, so he likes to swing the bat. But here in a 3-2 count, he's going to send that one in the air. Right field, not deep. It's actually going to be the second baseman coming over or under it, and he'll make the grab out there. A little shaky of a grab right there by Ethan Bach. Nonetheless, Perrin is retired. Hudick is forced to stay at second base, and that's going to make the 3-hitter for the Bulldogs, Jesse Leyva. Leyva comes into play today, batting .409 with a .519 on base. Definitely would have been the best hitter on every major league team last year, and he is probably the best hitter on this Bulldog lineup today. First pitch to him. He's going to foul ball set down the right field line. It's going to go way out of play. Leyva was on it. Roth went with the fastball, middle away. Leyva just a little bit late on it, but put a good swing on it. Good barrel. Outfielders to Leyva now move back a little bit, but still not much. Any good exit velocity with a good launching was going to burn him out there. The 0-1 fouled away again. Similar spot as that one. That one definitely hit a car out there. Players reacting, parents reacting, and spectators are nervously going back there to see if it was their car that got hit by a foul ball out there by Leyva. Count moves to 0-2. Roth comes set, checks on Hudick at second. Goes into the motion. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Hudick running on the pitch, but it's going to be no throw. Easy stolen base by Hudick. Bit of a delayed steal there. It was a good stop by the catcher, Riley, but third baseman playing way back at third, unable to get there in time. Riley decides to eat it. Hudick at third base. 1-2 count to Leyva. Roth comes set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little tapper back to the mound. Fields go on flip at first. Leyva is retired. Hudick forced to stay at third base. Is now with 2 away. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Tyler Hall. Hall on the season coming into play today, batting .368 with a .455 on base. OPS at 1,051 on the season. He is the team leader in OPS for this Bulldog lineup, and a big RBI opportunity here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Hall. Fastball misses down low. Roth falls behind Hall here. Hudick leads off a third. If you're just tuning in, Chargers put up 2 runs in the top of the first inning on a pair of singles and a walk. 1-0 to Hall, fouled back to the screen. Count moves to 1-1. Be a big run for the Bulldogs, at least cut that deficit in half here in the first inning. Although it's early, a run in the first inning counts the same as a run in the 7th inning. Roth comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, line drive, left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Almost gets past the left fielder, but it doesn't. Hudick comes in to score. Hall's going to stay put at first. It's an RBI single for Tyler Hall here in the first inning. Roth tried to go with the breaking ball, left in the middle. Hall let it get very deep, still able to put a barrel on it and line it past the Chargers shortstop Camaro and gets himself an RBI knock. That's going to bring up the Bulldog designated hitter, Luke Pope now. Roth comes set. First pitch to Pope. Swinging a tap foul. Sent pretty much straight back. Hall with a lot of speed on first base. Wouldn't be surprised to see him in motion here, as the throw from Riley to get Hudick was fairly weak, so the Bulldogs feel like they can steal bases today. Hall leads off of first. Roth comes set, checks on the runner. He'll throw over. Not close. Hall back in safely. Count is 0-1 to Pope. Big left-handed hitter in the batter's box. Waits for the pitch from Roth. Here it is. Called strike. It's a delayed steal from Hall. Throw it on to second. Is not in time. Heads up base running by Tyler Hall. Able to get the delayed steal for the Bulldogs. He's going to move into scoring position, but the count is 0-2 on Pope. As another hit for the Bulldogs here is going to tie this thing up with the speed from Hall. However, outfielders playing very shallow on all these Bulldog hitters, just waiting, hoping to be burned out there. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses down. Gets away from Riley, but not far enough for Hall to advance to third base. Count's going to move to 1-2. As they are essentially giving Pope the left center gap. If he's able to let the ball get a little bit deep and line it out there, there's a good chance that thing can go all the way to the wall. Roth comes set. Here's the 1-2 to Pope. Fastball just misses above the zone. It's another delayed steal, and Hall's going to move into third base. These Bulldog base runners just abusing this Chargers defense here in the first inning. It's their 3rd stolen base of the inning. Sorry, 4th stolen base of the inning already. Pope has an even better chance to get him in. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Roth gets him down on strikes. Bulldogs come back to cut the deficit in half. It's 1 run on 2 hits. We've played 1 here. Chargers lead it 2-1. You're watching Club Baseball on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field on the campus of Adrian College. We've played 1 here so far. Chargers lead at 2-1. Bulldogs had a good opportunity to tie it up in the bottom half of the first inning, but Luke Pope strikes out, strands the runner Hall on third base. So we are just about ready to get set here in the top of the second inning. Austin Allenbaugh back out for another inning of work after he had himself a long first inning through 29 pitches. It was two runs on 2 hits, struck out 1 and walked 1. So going to bring up the Chargers shortstop, Jaden Camaro now. So Allenbaugh gets the sign. Here's the pitch from him. Swing and a miss. Fastball top of the zone. Blew it by him. Camaro not really close to that one. Got to imagine Allenbaugh can go right back to that spot whenever he needs it. Here's the 0-1. Center cut fastball called. Strike 2. Counts 0-2, and Allenbaugh can pretty much go with whatever he wants here. Gets the sign, gets what he likes. Goes into the motion. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him out on strikes. It was an elevated fastball from Allenbaugh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3-pitch strikeout from Allenbaugh. Strikes out Camaro on 3 pitches. And it was a good start to the top of the second from him. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Levi Schroeder now. Allenbaugh gets the sign, goes into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball outside corner. Schroeder way out in front of it. Just a wave and a miss. Allenbaugh working quickly, already back into the motion. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses above the head. Good snag by Clift there. It's kind of one of those effort things you look for from a catcher. You don't really have to catch that ball. You can kind of let it go back to the screen, but good to see Clift working there. Keeping a fresh baseball for Allenbaugh there. As the count's 1-1. Goes into the motion. Here's the 1-1. Spiked fastball. Another good pick by Clift. Count's going to move to 2-1. Schroeder, no batting gloves today. A little bit of a split grip. Chokes up on the bat slightly. Here's the 2-1 to him. Like the change up there. It's going to miss inside. Count's going to move to 3-1. Assuming that was a changeup. Definitely took something off the pitch. Didn't look like it moved a whole lot. So that's usually what you see out of a changeup. Counts 3-1 to Schroeder. Allenbaugh goes to the motion. Here's the pitch. Calls. Strike in the knees. Allenbaugh going to work the count full now. He's looking to put away another Charger here. He's retired 4 straight. Looking for a 5th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Went with the fastball in the inside corner. Schroeder swung right over top of it, and it's 3 straight strikeouts for Allenbaugh. As there are 2 away here in the top of the second. So going to bring up the third baseman, Charlie Albus now. Albus, open stance, stands very far back in the batter's box, away from the plate. First pitch, misses down and away. Man, Allenbaugh is just working very quick today. As soon as he gets that ball, already back in the mound and ready to go. 1-0, swung on and missed. Way out in front of it was Albus. Now it's going to move to 1-1. Bulldog outfielders and infielders in standard 2-out depth now. Not really too worried about the 9-hitter for the Chargers beating him as the 1-1 is fouled back to the screen. Allenbaugh, another 2-strike count here, looking for his 4th consecutive strikeout and his 6th consecutive batter retired overall. Allenbaugh shakes again, gets the one he wants. Turns, kicks, fires. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball hit first base side. Hicks bobbles it a little bit, but he'll have time. He'll step on the bag. And Albus is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Allenbaugh. No runs on no hits for the Chargers. We've played 1.5. Chargers lead at 2-1. You're watching Club Baseball on Adrian College TV.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. We've played 1.5 here. Chargers currently lead at 2-1. Bulldog half of the inning, ready to come up to the plate here. It's going to be Javier Rosa Franco, Colton Hicks, and Drew Walker due up. As Franco's going to be leading it off this inning. Still finishing up our warming up pitches. Here's Roth. Now with Rosa Franco leading off the inning, he's a guy throughout the season. We've seen him have good at-bats. Sees pitches, fouls off tough ones, has drawn a good amount of walks with his Bulldog offense. Thinking back specifically to that series against Michigan, had a couple really nice at-bats. He was able to extend innings for the Bulldogs, put himself in good positions to be driven in by his teammates. So really one of the best guys you want leading off an inning here. As we are ready to get going here in the bottom of the second. Roth gets the sign. We're going to the motion. Here's the first pitch to Rosa Franco. Swinging a check swing. They're going to peel it. And they're going to say he went around. Count is 0-1 to Franco. Didn't see the umpire go up with the right hand, just saw him kind of point. As that one's going to be sent out in the left field. It's hooking, and it's going to go foul. Caught by Jack Florig in the Bulldog bullpen. Fortunately for the Bulldogs, he is on their team and in foul territory, so that cannot count as an out. But that was a hanging breaking ball by Roth that Rosa was on just a little bit out in front of it, caught it a little bit off the end. If he's able to let that get a little bit deeper, he's certainly got the power to get that one out of here. Instead, the count's 0-2. Here's the pitch. Changeup misses down in the dirt. A little shuffle from Rosa Franco. Juan Soto-esque shuffle. Count's going to move to 1-2. Rosa Franco's going to look to extend his at-bat here. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses down in the dirt. He's already evened this one up at 2 apiece. It was a long first inning for Roth as well as it was Allenbaugh. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Looked like a slider or a cutter at the top of the zone. Franco just swung underneath of it. Rosa Franco goes down swinging. That's going to bring up the Bulldog first baseman, Colton Hicks. Hicks coming into play today. Batting 154, the 267 on base. Not really the start he was looking for. First pitch to him. Misses just outside. Hicks, another lefty in this Bulldog lineup, is one of the more balanced lineups you'll see out of any baseball team. Looking down at the lineup card now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lefties and 4 righties. Not something you typically see from any baseball team, but even an NCBA baseball team, as that one's going to miss outside. It's going to be 3-0 to Hicks now. Bulldogs looking for a base runner here. Here's the 3-0 from Roth. Center cut fastball called, strike one. Takes time was definitely on there. That's a pitch we've seen Hicks take some good rips at. Instead, keeps the bat on his shoulder. Count's going to move to 3-1. Roth goes into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive right for the line, but foul. Hicks was on it, hit it hard. Just a little bit out in front of it, unable to keep it fair. That's going to load up the count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It looked like that slider or a cutter. I want to say it's a slider. That pretty much went right into Hicks' wheelhouse. That down and in spot to lefties that they tend to love. And he was on it, just ripped it foul. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. It was another elevated fastball. It was at the letters. Hicks got beat on it, swung late and underneath it. It's back-to-back strikeouts here. At the bottom of the second inning for Ethan Roth, as that's going to bring up the third baseman, Andrew Walker. Walker coming into play today, batting .385 with a .429 on base. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss. Roth goes into the motion. Here's the 0-1 to Walker. Swinging a pop-up. Set down the first base line, but that one's going to get odd to play and foul. Right into the parking lot once again. So you're wondering if or whose car was hit last inning. The answer is inconclusive. Couldn't find what car it hit. Maybe it hit a piece of construction equipment from that new dome being built out there. Pretty much right down the first base line of Nicolay Field here. 0-2 to Walker. Misses down in the dirt. Scooped out by Riley. Both pitchers, after rough first starts, have kind of settled in here in the second inning. As Roth has Walker in a 1-2 count. Goes into the motion. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. Just misses. Not received well by Riley. If he's able to kind of beat that ball to the spot and stick it on the inside corner, probably gets the call. Instead, it falls with the pitch. It's called a ball, and it's 2-2. Swing and a miss. In and out of the glove of Riley, and he's going to put the tag on Walker right away. Roth strikes out the side here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits for the Bulldogs. Chargers lead it 2-1. We've played 2 here at Nicolay Field. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. Top of the third inning, getting ready to be played now. Austin Allenbaugh back for another inning of work. He really settled in that second inning. Struck out the first two batters he faced, and then got a weak ground out to first base. However, the lineup's going to flip over. It's going to be 1-2-3 due up for the Chargers. We got one more warm-up pitch ready to be thrown here, and then we are ready for play here in the top of the third inning. So far for Allenbaugh, he has thrown 42 pitches in 2 innings, but really it was that first inning. I believe it was 29 pitches thrown in the first inning for Allenbaugh. As the lineup flips over, that's going to bring up the right fielder, Braxton Harstein. He laced a single in his first at-bat. It's down the left field line. Almost an Adrian College double. Instead, stayed in play and created a single for him. First pitch to him. Called strike. Fastball down and away, in and out of the glove of Cliff. Still gets the call from the umpire. Allenbaugh gets ahead of another Charger here. Here's the 0-1. I was going to miss down and in there to Harstein. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the key for Allenbaugh is limiting the walks. He's shown that he can strike out hitters. Coming into play, had 3 strikeouts in 2 innings, which is a way above league average rate. So that one's going to be fouled away down the left field line. Count moves to 1-2. But it's really getting ahead of hitters and then being able to put them away. He showed he can put them away, but he needs to be able to get ahead of the hitters in order to do that. And he's ahead of Harstein here. Count is 1-2. Guess the sign goes into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a weak ground ball, sent out to Parent at second base. He fields at the waist. Throw on to Hicks at first. And Harstein is retired here to start the third. That is 7 straight Chargers sent down for Allenbaugh as he's really settled in now. It was back-to-back singles and a walk in the first inning. With nobody out that really set up the Chargers to score a pair. But since then, Allenbaugh has been one step ahead of these hitters over the last 2 innings or so. He's going to bring up Bach. First pitch to him. He's going to miss down and away for ball 1. Tried to start off another one of those hitters with a fastball down and away. You know, it's the furthest pitch away from your eyes, so you don't really see it too well, so you're going to get a lot of takes if you can start out a hitter there. As the 1-0 is going to be a breaking ball that misses above the zone. Count is 2-0. Allenbaugh gets the sign. Goes into the motion. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a ground ball. Base hit back up the middle through the umpire's legs. Hudick fields in center field. Bach has his second hit of the day. He is 2 for 2. It's going to bring up Ethan Roth now. Roth had a lengthy at-bat against Allenbaugh in the first inning. Saw a lot of pitches against him. Ended up drawing a walk. As Bach over at first base. Not much of a lead there. Only probably about 3 feet. Now he gets a little better when he's going. Swinging a miss. And Cliff is going to have to hold this one. Looked like a breaking ball from Allenbaugh. Ended up in the dirt. It was a good pick by Cliff. But just a pretty good jump over there by Bach. Didn't have much of a lead, but really timed up Allenbaugh nicely as he steals second without a throw. Count is 0-1 to Roth. Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Good change up at the bottom of the zone there. Got Roth way out in front of him and swung over top of it. Another 2-strike count for Allenbaugh. He's going to be looking for his 4th strikeout of the game here. Allenbaugh comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, ground ball, base hit into right field. Hall fields. The throw is going to be cut off. It's going to be 1st and 3rd for the Chargers here with 1 away. As Roth is on base for his second time, his first hit of the game. And this top of the order for the Chargers has really given Allenbaugh trouble here. As they have been, the first 3 batters have been on base 5 times out of 6 plate appearances against them. So now with 1 away, it's going to be 1st and 3rd for the catcher, Matt Riley. Riley flew out to center field. It was a sac fly, however. Showing bunt. First pitch, pulls back. Called. Strike at the knees. Looked like a fastball there. Walker. The time that pitch made it to plate, the third baseman Walker pretty much past the pitcher's mound, about 25 feet away from the plate. So even if that bunt was coming down, probably could have thrown over to second base and started a 5-4-3 double play. The 0-1. Fly ball sent out to right field. This might be trouble. Hall going back, and it's over his head. It's going to get down. In comes Bakken to score. Roth racing around third. He will score. The throw goes to third base, and he is safe there. It is a 2 RBI triple for Matt Riley. Now the wind here is blowing left to right. Riley put a good swing on a fastball in the outside corner and really drove it out there, met it on plane. Didn't quite have the power to get it off the wall or over the wall, but still able to burn Hall, as he didn't really have a chance at that one out there. Surprised the relay throw didn't go home from Perrin. They had a pretty good shot at getting Roth out at home. Instead, they throw to third, and he gets over there. Line drives down to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. In comes Riley to score. Evans to first on the single. It's going to be 5-1 Chargers here in the top of the third inning. First pitch swinging from Evans. There was a fastball at the knees, and he simply laces that one into center field for a hit. It's going to bring up Colin McAuliffe. Check on the runner at first. He's back in safely. That's Evans over there. Not much motion in that Bulldog bullpen, is actually Florig walking in from the bullpen. The 1-0 is called. Strike on the outside corner. Generous call from the umpire there. Count's going to move to 1-1. Allenbaugh checks on the runner. Looks over. He's going to miss down low. Counts 1-1 now. To the Charger first baseman, Colin McAuliffe. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down from Clift is not in time. Evans with a great jump over that first base, as these Chargers have really been able to time up Allenbaugh. Pretty predictable motion there, as Clift put a good throw, about as good of a throw as he could have. Good pop time there, but too good of a jump. Pretty much had no choice. The count's going to be 1-2 to McAuliffe. Allenbaugh comes set. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Fastball, top of the zone. It is Allenbaugh's 4th strikeout of the ballgame so far. The 2nd for McAuliffe, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Jaden Camaro. He struck out on 3 pitches back in the 2nd inning. Allenbaugh looking to do it again. First pitch, center cut fastball, called strike 1. If you're just tuning in, it is 5-1 Chargers here in the top of the 3rd inning. Runner on second. It's 2 away. It's a 2 RBI triple from Matt Riley, and then an RBI single from Jonathan Evans in the 3rd inning here. It's really been the top of the order that's given Allenbaugh trouble, as he has pretty easily sent down the bottom 3rd. He's faced him 5 times and has struck him out 4 times. The 1-1, swing and a miss on the outside corner. Cal moves to 1-2, looking for another strikeout against Camaro. More importantly, getting out of this inning. Evans leading off at second base. Camaro trying to get him in. Count is 1-2. Allenbaugh with the pitch. Runner goes. Swinging a pop-up. It's going to get out of play. Count remains 1-2 now. It was another good jump by a Charger base runner, as Evans was essentially about 5 steps away from third base by the time Cliff would have caught that ball. As these Bulldog middle infielders pretty much letting Evans get as big as he wants over there. Allenbaugh comes set. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball and rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 call on the inside edge. Allenbaugh escapes a little bit more trouble here in the 3rd inning. But the Chargers have a big inning. It was 3 runs on 4 hits. Chargers lead at 5-1. We've played 2.5. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. Chargers currently leading the Bulldogs 5-1. We've played 2.5 here. Story of the game so far, it's been the top 4 hitters for this Chargers lineup. It's 3 RBIs already for Matt Riley, and if he of course delivered the big hit in the top of the third as a 2 RBI triple, and it only took 1 more pitch to get him home on the Jonathan Evans RBI single. Allen Baugh able to strand Evans as his day is likely done, assuming Coach Josh Knorr sticks to the game plan on the pitching side of things. The warm-up throw goes down to second base, and we are ready to get going. Here in the Bulldog half of the third inning, it's going to be the catcher Dakota Clift leading things off today in his first start of the season behind the plate. He's made some appearances, but this is his first start. And Roth is ready for another inning of work. Here's the first pitch to Clift. Swing and a miss, breaking ball outside corner. It's a great pitch from Roth there. Look at that slider starting middle of the plate, ended up about a ball or 2 off the plate. Got the swing and miss. 0-1, sent foul down the right field line. Kyle's going to move to 0-2 already on Clift. Roth looking for his 5th consecutive strikeout. Here's the pitch. And rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. And Roth indeed gets his 5th consecutive strikeout, dating back to Luke Pope in the first inning. That's going to turn the lineup over. It's going to be Brock Hudick, who on the first pitch he saw last at bat, sent a bunt and got a base hit out of it. Later came around and scored. First pitch to him, line drive right field. That one's going to be trouble. It's going to get past the right fielder. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and Hudick can fly. He's around first, not stopping. He's around second, and he is going to make it into third base standing up. It is a 1-out triple for Hudick. And the Bulldogs back in business here in the bottom of the third inning. Hudick was named NCBA Player of the Week last week due to his big series against Western Michigan, and he is showing why. Already 2 for 2 here today with a bunt hit, and now an absolutely pieced baseball into right field. In position to score again. Here's Ty Perrin. First pitch to him. Misses up and away for ball 1. Perrin popped up his last time up. Next one. This one's popped up again. It's shallow left field. This one might be trouble. Shortstop is over. He'll make the grab. Hudick forced to stay at third base. It's an unproductive at-bat for Perrin as he has a second pop-up of the game. He's going to bring up Jesse Leyva now, runner on third base with 2 outs. In terms of guys in this lineup you want up with runners in scoring position, Jesse Leyva right towards the top of the list. As Roth comes set, checks on Hudick. First pitch to Leyva. Called strike. Fastball in the inside corner. Leyva behind in the count. Last time up, got beat on pretty much that exact same pitch. Got it off the handle and sent out to the pitcher. Again, there was a runner on third base at the time. He was forced to stay there. Next pitch, line drive, base hit into left field. Hudick is going to come in and score. Leyva gets the job done with 2 away as he lines an RBI single into left. Bulldogs score their second run of the game. It is 5-2 Chargers. Now we saw Roth got ahead with the last one, tried to go back to the same spot with the fastball, but this time Leyva ready for it, able to put a barrel on it and lace into left field. So going to bring up Tyler Hall now. First pitch to him, swinging a line drive, sent out to center field. That one's going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to get past the center fielder and go all the way to the wall. Here comes Leyva, motoring around third. Into third, the throw goes to Hall, and he is safe at third base. It's an RBI triple for Tyler Hall. And just like that, only takes 4 pitches. The Bulldogs put up 2. Deficit down to 2. Only down 5-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. It's going to bring up Luke Pope now. He struck out back in the first inning. Similar situation to this. Runner on third base, 2 away. First pitch to him. Fastball misses just below the knees for ball 1. Similar to last time, they are just giving Pope the left center gap. He's got about 150 feet of real estate out there to work with. 1-0 changeup swung on and missed. Out in front of Pope. Count moves to 1-1. Roth comes set, checks on Hall over at third base. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. Count's going to move to 2-1 now to Pope. Pope doesn't stand too far back in the box. Roth not really overpowering stuff. Bulldogs have been all over him here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Here's the 2-1 to Pope. Swinging a tap foul sent straight back. Count's going to move to 2-2 now to Pope. Again, I'm just shocked at the outfield alignment for the Chargers. Just nobody out there. Here's the pitch. I was going to miss just below the zone. It's a big league take from Pope. It was a good changeup from Roth. Started at the knees, but finished a little bit too low for the home plate umpire's liking, as that's going to move the counts to 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Pope ready. Here's the 3-2. That one's going to miss inside. Ball 4. Pope's going to reach on the 2-out walk. So now it's going to be 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. So going to bring up the left fielder, Javier Rosa Franco. As Pope takes his leisurely jog down to first base after the walk. Tough to imagine they'd get Pope in motion now. Seen Riley make a couple of decent throws down to second base, so not much speed over there. Got to imagine he's going to stay put. First pitch to Rosa Franco. Swinging a line drive down to shortstop. It's going to be one hop. It's going to eat him up a bit. Throwing to second. They're going to easily get Pope on the force out. But it's a good inning for the Bulldogs. They score 2. They're going to cut that 4-run deficit in half. Chargers lead this one 5-3. We've played 3. You're at Nicolay Field. You're watching Club Baseball on Adrian College TV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. Game 1 of a doubleheader between Hillsdale College and Adrian College. Chargers of Hillsdale College currently lead this one 5-3. Going to the top of the 4th. It's going to be a new pitcher for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Jack Florick. By far the team leader in innings pitched. He's thrown 41 innings this year to the tune of a 3.73 ERA, a 1.39 whip, and has a 23-11 strikeout to walk ratio. He has pretty much been the ace of this Bulldogs staff. It was scheduled for him to come in around this time of the ball game, so no surprise to see him out there right now. Looking at the final line score for Austin Allenbaugh, it was 3 innings pitched, 5 runs on 6 hits, struck out 5 and only walked 1. It was pretty much only the top 3 to 4 hitters. Sorry, top 4 hitters, really, for the Chargers that did much of anything in the first 3 innings. It's been Matt Riley. He's been kind of the star of this game. He's 1 for 1 with a sac fly and then a 2 RBI triple where he later came around and scored. So Riley has accounted for 4 of the 5 Charger runs already. As we are ready to begin play once again. It's going to be Levi Schroeder leading things off. First pitch misses down low. Count's going to move to 1-0. Schroeder struck out his last at-bat. Well from Florg. Fly ball sent down the right field line. It's going to make well out of play. Into the construction zone, where of course they are building that new athletic dome out there. I'm sure everyone is excited for that to be finished up, giving the athletes here on campus another place they can train during these brutal Michigan winters. 1-1 called, strike on the inside corner. Dirty two-seamer from Florg there. Started pretty much at the hip, finished on the inside part of the plate, gets the call. 1-2 now, pitch from Florg, swing and a miss. He got him out on strikes. It was a good changeup from Florg. Schroeder strikes out the second time today. Good start for Florg. 1 batter, 1 strikeout. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Charlie Albus. Grounded out to first base his last time up. Florg into the motion. Here's the first pitch. Called. Strike. Looked like the changeup once again at the knees. Florg moves ahead of another hitter now. Already back to work. Here's the 0-1. Playing a fly ball sent over the screen for foul ball. Count's going to move to 0-2. Florg already gets a new one. Albus steps out to catch his break. Florg gets the sign, goes into the motion. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a soft ground ball, sound at the first base. Hicks field. He's going to flip over to Florg, covering, but it's not going to be. It is going to be in time to get the runner. I'm sure we're going to at least have an appeal here, as I try not to be too critical of umpires. But the runner, Albus, was a good step past the bag by the time Florg stepped on the bag himself. But the umpire's going to go up with the right hand, signaling out. And Bulldogs catch a break. They're going to have 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch to Harstein, misses upstairs for ball 1. Harstein 1 for 2 on the day as a ground out to second and a single in the first. Came around and scored in the first inning. Second pitch to him, ground ball out the lane at shortstop. Fields at the waist, throwing to first base. It's low, but picked out of the dirt by Hicks. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Florg. Exactly what the Bulldogs needed. It's 5-3 Chargers. We've played 3.5. You're watching Club Baseball here on
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. But before we get back to the game, we want to remind you to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at Adrian College TV today. It's a new pitcher in the ball game now for the Chargers. It will be Charlie Albus, previously at third base. I'm a little surprised they're going to let Albus pitch with white sleeves on. Now, I'm not too familiar with the rule differences between Major League Baseball, high school baseball, NCAA, NCBA baseball, but typically, pitchers are not allowed to wear white sleeves. So I'm a little surprised that they're not making him take off the undershirt here, as he is finishing up the warm-up pitches here. Do it for the Bulldogs. It's going to be the bottom 3, Colton Hicks, Drew Walker, and Dakota Clift. And their at-bats in the second and third innings, they all struck out. And it looks like, yep, they're going to be making Albus take off the white sleeves. So we're going to have a little delay here. So while we do that, we're going to cut to a quick 30-second break. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have the bottom of the 4th inning here on Adrian College TV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. Charlie Albus, now without the white sleeves on, is getting ready to pitch the bottom of the 4th inning here for the Chargers. Final line score for Ethan Roth. It was 3 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Fairly similar to Allen Ball, just a little bit better in the run prevention category, but a lot of good swings from the Bulldogs in the first 3 innings. You know, typically when they're scoring up as many baseballs as they did, you see more than 3 runs on the scoreboard. But it's also an encouraging sign. You know, you've ran into a little bit of bad luck already in this one, and you're only down by 2 runs heading into your half of the 4th. With NCBA baseball, anytime it's a doubleheader, you are playing 7 innings as opposed to the typical 9 innings. So Bulldogs down to the last 12 outs in this one. A lot of time yet to go, but still something to consider. As Albus finishes his last warm-up pitch, throw goes down to second base. And we are ready to play here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to be Colton Hicks leading things off for the Bulldogs today. Hicks struck out back in the 2nd inning. That was against Roth, however. As he digs in, and we are ready to go. Umpire puts the ball in play. Albus comes set. First pitch to Hicks. Called. Strike. Fastball outside corner. Good pitch from Albus. Starting things off strong. Fastball had a little bit of life on it there, like it jumped a little bit arm side away from the left-handed hitting Hicks. He comes set once again. Here's the 0-1. Similar pitch. Same result. Strike on the outside corner. A little check swing from Hicks. As it's tough to tell if that's really a two-seamer or change-up there. Haven't seen much of Albus, only 2 pitches so far, but he's already ahead of Hicks 0-2. Riley sets up away. Here's the 0-2 to Hicks. Fastball spiked in the dirt. Hicks able to lay off. Count's going to move to 1-2 now. Hicks looking to get on base to lead off this inning for the Bulldogs. They've only had one leadoff base runner. It was Brock Hudick in the 1st inning, who later came around and scored. The 1-2 misses in the dirt, scooped out by Riley. Count's going to move to 2-2 now to Hicks. Now, even though Hicks struck out in the 1st inning, saw a lot of pitches at bat. It was a 7-pitch strikeout for Hicks. He's already seen a few in this one. Here's the 2-2 from Albus. Another one misses down low. Albus wanted the call. Misses just below zone. Not a great job receiving that one from the catcher, Riley. Kind of just shoved that one back into the ground, unable to pick that one up. So the count's going to move full to Hicks. Albus gets ready. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball out to first base. It's going to be an easy play for McAuliffe. And Hicks is retired to lead off the 4th inning for the Bulldogs. That's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Andrew Walker. Walker struck out back in the 2nd inning. As these Bulldogs have been fairly prone to the strikeout all year, but today the bottom half of the order, it was a strikeout from Pope, a strikeout from Rosa Franco, strikeout from Hicks, from Walker, from Clift. So kind of a trend there in the bottom half of the order for the Bulldogs as Walker's going to take ball 1 down and away. Of course, trends are meant to be broken. As Walker stands in now, looking to get on base. Here's the 1-0. That one's going to miss down in the dirt for ball 2 to Walker. Interestingly enough, Jaden Camaro, the Chargers shortstop, the outfield grass, along with the 2nd baseman, Bach, they are a good 3 to 4 steps into the outfield grass. As might have the scouting report on the speed of Walker. So he does hit the ball harder than most. See, gets into a 3-0 count here. So with how fast he hits the ball, and the lack of speed really from Walker, they do have time. So they're certainly taking that into account as the 3-0 is going to miss just off the outside edge. Walker works a 4-pitch walk. He'll be on base with the Bulldogs now. That's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Dakota Clift. Clift struck out looking to lead off the 3rd inning for the Bulldogs. As we've seen multiple times, head coach Josh Knorr loves to bunt. So with your 9-hitter up now in a tight ball game, wouldn't be surprised to see Cliff square up here. First pitch to him. Called strike, center cut fastball. Albus gets ahead of Cliff. Outfielders once again shaded very far in. A little deeper out and left. But overall, anything in the gaps has a good chance of getting to the wall. The 0-1. Clift is sorted on a fastball up and in. Ugly swing from him. He'll take a deep breath, get refocused here as he is quickly behind 0-2 in this at-bat. Albus checks on Walker first. Not much of a lead over there from Walker. Gets a little bit bigger now, but Albus comes set. Here's the 0-2. Fastball way outside. Good job by Riley to get over. Put a glove on it. Count's going to move to 1-2 to Clift. Clift is pretty much looking to put anything in play here. Definitely wants to avoid the strikeout. as he's got some big hot bats right behind him in the lineup. 1-2 now. Albus checks on the runner. Here's the pitch. Fastball's going to miss down low. It's going to get away from Riley. Walker going to head into second base. He'll make it there without a throw. Dugout giving him some love for it as he gets himself into scoring position here with one away for Dakota Clift. It's a 2-2 count. Clift is ready. Albus comes set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. It's going to get away from Riley. Looks like he missed the tag. Throw's going to go to third. Walker heading over there. He will make it there without a throw. The ball was dropped by the first baseman, McAuliffe. However, they're going to say it was on the transfer. So Clift is retired on the strikeout, but Walker able to use the wheels to get into third base there. That's going to bring up one of the hottest hitters currently in NCBA. It's Brock Hudick. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Has a triple and a bunt single. Seeing the ball very well right now. And well, the Bulldogs definitely need him right now. Runner on third base, 2 outs. Albus looks in. Gets the sign, comes set. Checks on the runner at third. First pitch to Hudick. Fastball misses way outside. Good job by Riley to throw the glove out there. Count moves to 1-0. Hudick looking to cut this 2-run deficit in half here. Albus, here's the 1-0. Fastball missing the dirt. It's a good pick by Riley once again. Walker ready to go on that one. He saw that ball, saw the trajectory heading down in the dirt, expecting it to get away from Riley. But one of those just forehand picks. Really tough play from a catcher, so great job by Riley there. Able to keep Walker at third base. 2-0 to Hudick. Called. Strike. Right at the knees. Definitely a pitcher's pitch there from Albus. He's going to get his first strike on Hudick. Count is 2-1. Middle of the field pretty much wide open for Hudick. Anything up the middle is certain to get through and at least beat it out at first. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a slow chopper set out to second. It's going to be a tough play. Throw on to first. And they got him. It was a good play by Ethan Bach, but Hudick is retired. The Bulldogs threaten but do not score. Chargers lead this one 4-3. We've played 4 here at Nicolay Field. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. The Chargers of Hillsdale College currently lead this one 5-3 after 4 innings. We're going to have a new pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs. It's going to be number 34, Carter Arbuckle. Arbuckle has thrown 10 2/3 innings this year to the tune of a 5.06 ERA, a 1.50 whip. They strike out the walk ratio of 14-4. So Arbuckle definitely with swing and miss stuff, as Jack Florg does his job in the 4th inning. Through 1 inning, it was a 1-2-3 inning and had a strikeout in there. So I'm sure everyone's happy about that outing, as Arbuckle at times can struggle with command. Not necessarily with the walks, but typically falling behind counts and being forced to throw fastballs in the zone. And when a hitter can sit on a fastball in the middle of the zone, that's where they're going to do damage. And Arbuckle desperately has to avoid that here in the 5th inning. It's going to be 2-3-4 due up for the Chargers. It's going to be Ethan Bach, Ethan Roth, and Matt Riley. Riley, of course, 3 RBIs in the ball game on a sac fly and 2 RBI triple. So out number 1 is going to be an important one for Arbuckle. Looking around the diamond, I don't see any other defensive changes for this team. Arbuckle should only have about 1 more warm-up pitch left to go here. As the wind has picked up here at Nicolay Field. Coming into game time, it was roughly 40 to 45 degrees, but there wasn't much wind. So we've had a few gust pickups since then. No rain in the forecast. It did rain this morning. The only rain in the forecast is well after the second game will finish around here, around 9 to 10 o'clock. So, funny enough, when Arbuckle first took the mound, he came out in kind of a brightly colored glove, and I guess someone on the Charger bench made him change his glove. So now he's got a standard brown mitt out there as we are ready to begin play here in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be Ethan Bach leading things off for the Chargers. First pitch to him, showing bunt. Pulls back, it's going to miss down and away. Bach 2 for 2 on the day. Paris singles came around and scored both times. The 1-0 fastball misses up and away. Arbuckle falls behind Bach, 0-2 now. Arbuckle gets the sign, goes into the motion. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a ground ball set. Base hit into left field. Rosa trying to cut it off. Dives, knocks it down. Bach's going to be going for second base. The throw in from Franco is not in time. Bach is into second base. It's his third hit of the ball game. And it's going to be a leadoff double for the Chargers. Mentioned it before the inning started. Arbuckle has struggled with falling behind hitters and being forced to throw hittable fastballs in the zone that hitters can sit on. That's exactly what happened there. He fell behind 2-0, put a fastball in the middle of the plate to Bach. Bach didn't hit it extremely well, got beat on it a little bit, but able to put a barrel on it using the velocity from Arbuckle to lace that one into the left center gap, get himself a double out of it. It's going to bring Ethan Roth now. First pitch misses down and away. Roth is 1 for 1 with a walk on the day. Came around and scored earlier. As Ethan Bach, the runner on second base, already seen him stole a base today. 1-0, swing and a miss. Fastball top of the zone, blew by him. Count's going to move to 1-1 now. Arbuckle, one of the few pitchers you'll see that pitches with high socks. He comes set again. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, top of the zone. Roth liked it, put a good swing on it, but just hit it foul there. Couldn't tell if that was the curveball or the knuckleball there. Nonetheless, the count moves to 1-2. Arbuckle gets the sign. He comes set, checks on Bach at second base. Perrin close to the bag. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Looked like something off speed, maybe a changeup or a knuckleball at the bottom of the zone. Roth swung right over top of it. It's a big strikeout for Carter Arbuckle. There's going to be one away in the inning. It's going to bring up Matt Riley. It's, of course, been the big story of this game so far. First pitch to him, fastball misses at the eyes. It's going to move to 1-0. Riley, 1 for 1 on the day with a sac fly and a 2 RBI triple. So overall has 3 RBIs and a run scored. He's accounted for 4 of the 5 Charger runs so far. 1-0 to him. Misses upstairs. Count's going to move to 2-0. Another hitter's count for these Charger hitters against Arbuckle. We'll see if Arbuckle's able to battle back in this one. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out in front of that one. Really opened up that left shoulder, did Riley, and simply whiffed on it. Now it's going to move to 2-1. Arbuckle gets the sign, comes set, checks on Bach at second, goes into the motion. Here's the pitch. Missed above the zone. Got to imagine Bach, the runner on second, definitely in the head of Arbuckle and definitely in the head of Dakota Clifford, the catcher, getting huge secondary leads, really timing up Arbuckle here. Would be surprised to see him heading for third. The 3-1 called. Strike on the outside corner from Arbuckle. 3-1 pitches don't come much better than that. It was a well-located fastball on the outside edge as the count's going to move to full. Arbuckle comes set, checks on the runner, goes in the motion, the pitch. It's going to pop up. It's going to get foul. Right behind home plate here into the parking lot. Count remains 3-2. Bach, the runner on second, leading off. Chargers looking to extend the lead. They currently lead at 5-3. We're in the top of the 5th here at Nicolay Field. Arbuckle comes set. Here's the 3-2. It's going to miss well outside. It's going to be ball 4 to Matt Riley. It's going to set up the double play for the Bulldogs. That's going to bring up Jonathan Evans, who laced an RBI single. It was his second RBI of the game last time up. He's looking to do the same thing again. 2 on, 1 out for the Chargers. Here's the pitch from Arbuckle. Called strike, outside corner. Arbuckle gets ahead of Evans there. So Evans was a ground out to second, then a base up the middle, so he's largely been up the middle today. 1-0 wave and a miss. Good off-speed pitch on the outside edge from Arbuckle. He's quickly ahead of Evans, 0-2. For Arbuckle here, you either want the strikeout or throw something in down in the zone. Get him to roll into a double play here. Infield isn't no play depth. The runners go. Swing and a miss. Throw down the third from Cliff. And the ball's going to get by from Walker. It's going to allow Bach to come in to score. So it's going to be a strikeout on Evans and then an E5 from Walker. As it was a great throw by the catcher, Dakota Cliff. Put it pretty much right on the money. A little bit towards the foul side of the bag there, so Walker would have had to reach back across, but not a whole lot. The throw definitely would have beat him and able to put the tag down. Instead, it gets away from him. It's going to be another run for the Chargers. They lead at 6-3. First pitch to McAuliffe. Wave and a miss in the dirt. There's now a runner on second base. 2 away. Chargers lead at 6-3. Arbuckle comes set. Here's the pitch to McAuliffe. Spiked fastball. Picked out of the dirt by Cliff. It's a great pick by Dakota Cliff, as that was a 58-foot fastball that Cliff kind of came out of the crouch, stood up a bit, and picked it like a first baseman over there. He's going to keep the runner Riley on second base. Here's the 1-1. Called strike. Outside corner. Good pitch from Arbuckle there. Tough to tell if that is. Maybe a changeup. Whatever it is, he takes a little bit off of it and has been locating it very well here in the 5th inning. 1 run already in, trying to limit the damage. Here's the 1-2. And swing and a miss. He got him out on strikes, blew by the fastball. However, in the inning, the Chargers score 1 run on 1 hit. We've played 4.5 here at Nicolay Field. Chargers lead this one 6-3. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV. Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. It's game 1 of this doubleheader between the Hillsdale College Chargers and the Adrian College Bulldogs. Chargers got off to a quick start in this one, putting up 5 runs in the first 3 innings. Bulldogs answered back with 3 before in the top of the 5th inning. It was a leadoff double from Ethan Bach, a walk from Matt Riley, and then Bach took off for third base. It was a great throw by Cliff, but Walker tried to move a little bit too quick off the end of his glove, and it got away from him. That allowed Bach to come in and score. But Carter Arbuckle, overall a pretty good inning, struck out 3 batters, as the Bulldogs will be sending the top of the lineup up here in the top of the 5th. And again, in NCBA baseball, anytime it's a doubleheader, you're playing 7 innings. So Bulldogs, 9 outs remaining in this game. So only 3 runs scored so far. They're going to have to get the bats going here. It's going to be Charlie Albus back to work for the Chargers. Albus. A pretty good inning back in the 4th inning. First pitch to Perrin, called, strike. The outside edge, generous call. Definitely a pitcher's pitch there from Albus. Here's the pitch from Perrin. That was going to miss down in the dirt. Perrin showed bunt, pulled back. Got to move to 1-1. Albus looking in, getting the sign, and he gets it. Comes set. Here's the 1-1 to Perrin. Fastball misses way outside, gets away from the catcher, Riley. Got to move to 2-1. Another hitter's count for the Bulldogs here. Albus comes set. Here's the 2-1. Called, strike, fastball in the outside corner. Another good pitch from Albus there. Not much Perrin can do with that one. This count's going to move to 2-2. Is Perrin's going to have to fight now. Albus comes set. Here's the pitch. Perrin reaching out for that one as that pitch has been called a strike consistently throughout this one. So at least in the back of his mind that, hey, if that fastball's on the outside edge, I got to do something to foul this away. And that's exactly what he does there. Sends it back to the screen. Count's going to move to 2-2. Albus gets the sign, comes set. Looking to put away Perrin. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, sent out to shortstop. Camaro fields, throwing to first base, and they got him. Fairly close play at first. Ball wasn't hit extremely hard off the bat of Perrin. Maybe he could have used the wheels to beat that one out, but it was a good play by Jaden Camaro. Just quick hands and a good throw. Gets Perrin. One away in the end. It's going to bring up Jesse Leyva. Last time up, Leyva laced that RBI single in the left field. First at bat, weak tapper back to the pitcher. He is 0 for 2. An RBI on the day, looking to get things going here in the 5th for the Bulldogs. Here's the first pitch to Leyva. Fastball misses down in the dirt, gets away from Riley. Kyle's going to move to 1-0 on Leyva. Leyva takes a long time to get back in the box. Albus comes set. Here's the 1-0 to Leyva. Another one misses down in the dirt. Leyva ahead in this one. It's 2-0. Funny enough, you'll see a lot of pitchers, nobody on base, typically work out of the windup, but not Albus. He's been working out of the stretch pretty much the entire time he's been in the game. 2-0 to Leyva. Swinging a pop-up, sent down the right field line. This one may be trouble, but it's going to slice out of play. It's going to be 2-1 now on Leyva. He got a very hittable fastball. I think it was not middle, but definitely a very hittable fastball for Leyva, kind of towards the outside edge. Just drops a little bit underneath of it, got beat by it a little bit. If he's a little bit out front, not too much out in front, just a little bit more, he's going to be able to piece that one up into right field. Instead, he pops it up foul, but it does get out of play. Count is 2-1 to Leyva. Albus comes set, goes into the motion. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a tap foul at the plate. It's going to move the 2-2. There's Albus looking for another strikeout in this one. Albus already has 1. Looking to double his strikeout total for the game. The count is 2-2 to Leyva. Albus delays the motion. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside. Almost gets Leyva. Bends out of the way of it. Goes back to the screen instead. A little bit of a deception, a little bit of a deceptive move, I should say, from Albus there. Kind of hung that left leg up in the air, trying to throw Leyva's timing off. Didn't have the command on the pitch as he almost drills him in the ribs. Count is full. Here's the pitch to Albus. So a foul ball sent back to the screen right over near us. Thankfully, we do have a sizable, sturdy net in front of us, so shouldn't have to worry about anything hitting us back here. Count remains 3-2 to Leyva. Leyva looking to get on and give Tyler Hall a chance with the runner on. Albus comes set, gets the sign. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball, fair ball down the left field line. It kicks right to the left fielder out there. So Leyva forced to stay at first base, but it's another good swing on a fastball by Leyva, and he's aboard with one away. That's going to bring up Tyler Hall now. Hall laced an RBI triple of his own, and back in the first got an RBI single. So 2 for 2 on the day for Hall with a pair of RBIs. Not exactly an RBI opportunity in this spot for now. But the Bulldogs definitely need to get the bats going. It's 3-run deficit, 8 outs remaining for them. First pitch to Hall, fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. Albus comes set, gets the sign, checks on Leyva at first, not much of a lead over there. First pitch to Hall. Swing and a miss, took a big pass at it. Looked like a fastball on the outside edge there. Hall looking to do damage on that one. Instead, just misses it. It's a foul tip into the glove. Count's going to move to 1-1 now to Hall. Again, not much of a lead over there by Leyva, not much speed. Do not anticipate him going. Here's the 1-1 to Hall. Fastball misses way up and away. Count's going to move to 2-1. Look at the defensive alignment once again for the Chargers. They're a little bit more straight up. Funny enough, center field is shaded a little bit towards the third base side. Typically what you don't see when a left-handed batter's up. Next pitch, fastball misses above the zone. Count's going to move to 3-1. Albus a little frustrated with the call there. It wasn't a bad pitch, just missed a little bit above the letters. It's Hall in the driver's seat in this one. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 to Hall. That was going to miss outside. Ball 4. Back-to-back base runners for the Bulldogs as Hall draws a walk. That's going to bring up Luke Pope now. Pope 0 for 1 in this one. Strikeout and a walk. Has yet to put a ball in play. As we're going to see this alignment once again. Every time Pope's come up the bat, we've seen the center fielder move all the way over to the right center gap. Just giving Pope the left center gap. 2 on, 1 out. Pope in the box. First pitch to him. Check swing, sent foul back to the screen. Albus gets ahead of Pope, 0-1. We've seen Pope go up the middle, left side, numerous times throughout his time here at Adrian College. So if he's able to get something on the outer half, he lets that ball get deep and he can drive it out there with authority. Here's the 0-1 to Pope. Fastball misses way outside. Sliding stop by Riley. Counts going to be even up at 1 apiece. Infielders, particularly middle infielders and double play depth. Second baseman Bach, about 15 feet away from the bag at second base. Here's the 1-1 to Pope. Fastball misses down in the dirt. Count's gonna move to 2-1. A little bit of control issues here from Albus in the 5th inning. Looked pretty good in the 4th, but falling behind plenty of Bulldog hitters here in the 5th. He comes set. The count is 2-1 to Pope. Goes into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like a fastball at the knees. Pope swung right over top of it. Opened up that right shoulder. Everything kind of came disconnected on that swing, and Pope swings right over top of it. Count's going to move to 2-2. Albus looking for the strikeout or the ground out here. He comes set. Here's the 2-2 to Pope. Fastball misses way outside once again. We've consistently seen Albus miss arm side with the fastball. As the catcher Riley was set up on the inside edge there, trying to bust one in on Pope's hands. Instead, misses arm side. Count's going to move to full. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. It was a fastball on the outside edge. Pope pulled off of that one. He's going to strike out with runners in scoring position. It's going to be 2 away in the inning. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Javier Rosa Franco. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to short. It's 2 on, 2 out. Bulldogs trail by 3. Albus comes set. First pitch to Rosa Franco. It's going to be sent foul down the right field line. He was on it. It was a fastball, very hittable fastball at that. Took a good pass at it. Just got beat by it a little bit. Send it foul. Albus gets the sign out there. Comes set. Here's the 0-1 to Rosa Franco. Fastball misses just down. Again, we really haven't seen the catcher, Matt Riley, do his pitchers any favors in this one. That was a Pretty good pitch there from Albus. Looked like it was at the knees, but Riley just kind of stabs that one into the ground instead of pulling it back up into the zone. Count is 1-1. Here's the pitch to Rosa Franco. Swinging a ground ball set to third base. Diving stop. He'll throw over to first base. Not in time. Franco beats it out. It was a great stop by the third base, and I believe that's Ethan Roth. Yes, that is Ethan Roth over there. Moved from the mound over to third. It was a diving stop. He kind of looked to throw to second base. If he comes up firing to first base, he's got a good shot at getting Rosa Franco. Instead, it's going to be an infield single. It's going to load it up for the first baseman, Colton Hicks. Hicks 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Strikeout and a ground out to first base. Looking to do damage here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch to him. Called strike. Outside corner. It's a great first pitch there from Albus. Hicks has been consistently beat on the outside pitches today. Albus ready, comes set, haul the runner on second, lay with the runner on third. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Hicks took a big pass at it, actually foul tip that in and out of the glove of Riley. Hicks quickly behind, 0-2 in the at-bat here. Bulldogs desperately need a hit here to at least cut this deficit in half, but anything in the outfield likely to score the speedy haul from second base and make this a one-run ball game. Albus comes set, here's the 0-2 to Hicks. Breaking ball misses just above the zone. It's a good take from Hicks there. It was presented well by the catcher Riley. Some of the Chargers starting to walk off the field. Instead, we're going to play on. Count is 1-2. Albus comes set. Here's the 1-2 to Hicks. We're going to follow back to the screen. Sent our way. Hicks staying alive in this one. Count remains 1-2. So far in this game, the hits have been knotted up at 7 apiece. However, Chargers taking advantage of theirs a little bit more as they lead this one 6-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Albus ready. He comes set. Here's the pitch. And rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called inside corner. Hicks didn't like the call, but it was a good pitch from Albus. Bulldogs leave them loaded here in the 5th. They trail 6-3 against the Chargers. You're watching Club Baseball on Adrian College TV.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today. If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. Game 1 of this doubleheader between Hillsdale College and Adrian College. The Chargers currently lead this one 6-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. It's a new pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs. It's going to be number 13, Matthias Neuenkirchen. Neuenkirchen has pitched 20 innings on the year to the tune of a 5.4 ERA, 1.3 whip with a 20-4 strikeout to walk ratio. And for the Chargers, it's going to be Jaden Camaro leading things off. He struck out twice in this one. One looking, one swinging in the 2nd and 3rd innings. First pitch, it's going to miss down low. Neuenkirchen falls behind the first batter he faces, 1-0. It is 7-8-9 due up here for the Chargers. And, well, the bottom of the order really has done pretty much nothing for this Charger team. I say pretty much nothing, but they have done nothing. Between Camaro, Schroeder, and Albus, they are combined 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts. So definitely someone this Bulldog pitching staff wants to attack here. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Looked like something off-speed there from Neunkirchen. Really slowed down the entire motion there. But still able to get Camaro out in front as he fouls that one straight back. Count moves to 2-1. Neunkirchen gets the sign. Goes into the motion, turns, kicks, fires. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a soft flare, sent out to Perrin over at second base. He ranges over. He'll make the grab, and Camaro is retired. One away here in the inning. As Neunkirchen looked like the fastball there, kind of on the outer edge. Looked like the two-seamer that kind of came back door. But the batter, Camaro, a little bit out in front of it, hits it off the end of the bat. About 50 miles an hour, an easy grab for Perrin. There's one away in the inning. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Levi Schroeder. Schroeder 0 for 2 in the ball game. Pair of strikeouts for him. Both swinging so far. Those came against Allenbaugh and Florig. Here's the first pitch. He's going to miss just below the zone. The batter, Schroeder, stands very far away from the plate. Really waggles that bat over the right shoulder. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Heading towards the left field line. It's going to get out of play. Foul. Like the breaking ball there from Neunkirchen, kind of left it over the middle, started it at the hip, came back over the plate. Schroeder ready for it, just a little bit out in front. Count's going to move to 1-1 now. Neunkirchen gets the sign, goes into the motion. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball called. Striking the knees. Good pitch from him. As soon as it came in, Schroeder started to kind of back up out of the batter's box. Instead, it breaks right into the middle of the plate. 1-2. Here's the pitch from Neunkirchen. Swinging a line drive into the dugout. Into the Hillsdale dugout, I should say. Not sure if I've ever seen a right-handed hitter be out in front of a pitch and still send it into the first base dugout. Count remains 1-2. Schroeder awaiting the pitch from Neunkirchen. And here it comes, the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball sent out to Perrin at second base. Sliding stop. He'll pop up, throw to first base. And Schroeder is retired. Nice play from Perrin. He's made back-to-back plays here in the 6th inning. It's been 2 up, 2 down so far for Neunkirchen. That's gonna bring up the current pitcher in the ballgame, Charlie Albus. Albus 0 for 2 in this one. Pair of ground outs to first base. First pitch to him. Breaking ball misses outside. For ball 1. Albus was the one last time he was up in the 4th that might have gotten screwed out of an infield knock. It was a close play at first base. Umpires ruled him out. Many disagreed. That one over the plate. Counts 1-1. Neunkirchen looking for the 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. Goes into the motion. Here's the 1-1. Going to fly ball sent on the right field line. Well out of play. Back into the construction site once again. Count now 1-2. Matthias Neunkirchen. 1 strike away from pitching a 1-2-3 6th inning as he faces the 9-hitter Albus. Neunkirchen. Turd kicks, fires. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a check swing grounder. Sent out to Perrin once again. He's over to his left field, throwing to first base. And Albus is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Matthias Neunkirchen. Chargers lead the Bulldogs in this one at 6-3. We've played 5.5 here at Nicolay Field. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter of ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. Game 1 of this doubleheader between Hillsdale College and Adrian College. The Chargers of Hillsdale College currently lead this one 6-3. We've played 5.5. We're going to see a new pitcher on the mound here for the Chargers. It's going to be former second baseman Ethan Bach into the ball game, as that means the end of the day for Charlie Albus, as we kind of saw the commands start to slip away from him here in the bottom half of the fifth. However, he was able to strand the bases loaded after striking out Colton Hicks. 8-9-1 due up for the Bulldogs here in their half of the sixth inning. That is Andrew Walker, Dakota Clift, and Brock Hudick. Walker 0 for 1 with a walk here in this ball game. Yet to put a ball in play. As Walker climbs into the box. We are ready for action here in the bottom of the sixth inning from Nicolay Field. Bach goes into the motion, first pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Looked like a breaking ball on the outer edge. Walker out in front of it. He's going to fall behind. 0-1 here in this at-bat. Bach quickly into the motion once again. Here's the one. That was going to miss outside. Count moves to 1 apiece now. Looks pretty good from up here. It's presented well from Riley, able to catch that one deep and had a good arm side run to it. 1-1 to Walker. It's going to be popped up. Over to short. He's under it, and he will make the grab. That was Charlie Albus, the former pitcher / third baseman that is now migrated over to shortstop. It's been 1 up, 1 down so far for Bach as Walker pops up. That's going to bring up the catcher, Dakota Clift. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Pair of strikeouts as no. It's actually going to be a pinch hitter, and this one's going to be Adam Lashaway. First pitch to Lashaway. Swing and a miss. Hard to tell what that is. It's got a funky spin, whatever it is, but it's not moving a whole lot. Lashaway swings through it for strike 1. Next pitch to him. That's going to miss down and away in the dirt. Man, as soon as Bach gets that ball, he is quickly onto the mound and ready to get going once again. Only about, I'd say about 10 seconds between pitches is we're ready for the 1-1. That was going to miss down low. 2-1 to Lashaway. Lashaway has been a consistent catcher option for head coach Josh Carr this season, as the 2-1's going to miss inside. Lashaway on the season, batting 143 with a 350 on base, so does know how to draw a walk, as he's in a position to do so here in a 3-1 count. The 3-1, center cut. Fastball there. It's going to load up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Lashaway. Bulldogs needing base runners here. Running out of outs here in the 6th inning. The 3-2, that was going to miss upstairs. Lashaway able to draw the walk. It's going to turn the lineup over. It's going to bring up Brock Hudick. Hudick 2 for 3 on the day. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner here, as Lashaway will be coming into the game to catch, replacing Dakota Clift. And the runner looks like Logan Passagiato will be coming in as a courtesy runner, not a pinch runner. For unfamiliar with the difference, a courtesy runner is just for pitchers and catchers, and they can be re-entered into the game as a normal positional player later. If it was a pinch runner, they would be forced to replace the player they're coming in as. First pitch to Hudick, misses up and away. 1-0 now to Hudick. Hudick 2 for 3 on the day, had that big RBI triple back in the 3rd. Throw on to first to Passagiato, just checking on him. Back in easily. Count still 1-0 on Hudick. The third baseman, Roth, about even with the bag over there at third, trying to prevent the bunt. The 1-0 to Hudick. That one's going to be fouled away down the left field line. Count's going to move to 1-1 now. With how fast the pitcher Bach is moving, it's going to be really tough to time him up over there at first base and get a good jump if Passagiato were to take off here. Here's the 1-1 to Hudick. That was going to miss inside. Didn't miss by much. Count's going to move to 2-1 now to Hudick. Bulldogs trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-1 to Hudick into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Passagiato had to kind of hold up there. He'll be forced to stay at second base, but it's the 3rd hit of the ball game for Brock Hudick. Bulldogs in business here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 on, 1 out. It's going to bring up Ty Parent now. Parent in the game, 0 for 3. Pair of pop outs and a ground out. Perrin coming off a very good series against Western Michigan, and for the year comes in batting .290 with a .353 on base. First pitch to him, showing bunt. He's going to get that one down, but it's going to go just foul. Didn't miss that one by much. Perrin, of course, with blazing speed heading down the line there. If that was fair, the catcher Riley would have a really tough time throwing him out. Instead, it ends up about a ball's length inside of the foul line. It's going to go a strike one to Perrin. 2 on, 1 out for the Bulldogs. They trail by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Inside move from Bach. Beats Passagiato, but thankfully no one holding him on there. No harm, no foul. Bach maybe a little frustrated with that as he had Passagiato leaning there. He was dead to rights if there was anyone holding him on. The 0-1 to Perrin. Perrin gets the bunt down. It's going to go back to the pitcher, Bach. Throw on to first, but there's nobody there. Perrin with an easy bunt single as the first baseman, McAuliffe, came in trying to field the bunt. It was nowhere near him, and nobody was there to cover first base. No one within 50 feet of first base. Perrin easily in there, and the Bulldogs have him loaded up for Jesse Leyva. Leyva, 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI single. Back in the 3rd inning. Looking to do damage here. Tying run on first base. First pitch to Leyva. Swinging a foul ball. Sent out of play. Pretty much straight back. Spock gets ahead. A lot of speed on the bases right now for the Bulldogs. Anything in the gap most likely brings Perrin to score from first. 0-1 misses well outside. Count's going to move to 1-1 now to Leyva. Outfielders not shaded terribly deep. The right fielder, Harstein, actually the deepest of the 3. Line drive, base hit back up the middle. In comes Passagiato, and it's going to get past the center fielder. In comes Hudick. He'll score. Perrin didn't notice the air out in center. He's going to be at second base, but it's going to be a 2 RBI single for Jesse Leyva. His third hit of the ball game. Bulldogs still in business. They trail by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was pretty much a middle fastball by Bach there, and Leyva didn't miss it. He was short to it, long through it, laced it back up the middle. And the center fielder, Evans, trying to get a good throw behind to throw Hudick out. Instead, leaves the ball behind. But fortunately for the Chargers, Perrin on second base didn't notice it, and he was forced to stay at second. So we're going to bring up Tyler Hall. Hall's 2 for 3 of the ball game, pair of RBIs for him, including a triple. The 1-0. Called strike. Generous call on the outside corner. Hall disagrees. Really the first time we've seen a pitch like that be called a strike today. The count moves to 1-1. Here's the pitch to Hall. And that one is confirmed. It was outside. Count's going to move to 2-1 to Hall. Tying run on second base for the Bulldogs. That's Ty Perrin. Anything in the outfield will score him. Inside move. No throw from Bach. As the Chargers' second baseman, I believe that's Jaden Camaro, who slid over there to second base, pretty much standing on second base. 2-1 to Hall. Found a fastball outside, reached out for it, sent it back to the screen. Going to move the count to 2-2 now. Hall a little frustrated, takes a couple steps around. Most likely a deep breath thrown in there. So he comes back into the box. The count is 2-2. Bach looks in, gets the sign. He comes set. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball sent out to the right side. That's going to get through for a base hit. Perrin around third. The throw home will be cut off, and Perrin is in to score. Bulldogs tie it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they are still in business. Tyler Hall gets his third hit of the ball game, his third RBI of the game. Bulldogs tie this one up, and that's going to bring up their DH, Luke Pope. Pope has struggled so far in this one. He's 0 for 2 on the day, does have a walk, but he's yet to put a ball in play. He has 2 strikeouts, both swinging, both with runners in scoring position. He has one on here. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Pope. Misses well outside. Count moves to 1-0. A little surprised at the decision to take the ball out of Charlie Albus' hands. Gives it up to Ethan Bach, and Bach has blown the 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning as he gets Pope to swing and miss over that one. Count's going to move to 1-1 now. Bach comes set, checks on the runner, Leyva at second. No one holding him on. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Pope out in front of that one. Pope in danger of the hat trick here. He is down 1-2. 2 on, 1 out, tying run at second. It's Jesse Leyva, go ahead run at first. That's Tyler Hall. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses well outside the zone. Taken for a ball. Count's going to move to 2-2. Not much speed on second base with Leyva. The center fielder, Evans, not terribly deep out there. However, the corners are deep. Anything to the corners will bring in Leyva. The 2-2 misses well outside the zone. It's going to load up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Be curious to see if the runners are going here. Pope stands in. Bach shakes. Gets the one he wants. He comes set. Leyva leading off a second. Here's the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Went with the fastball on the outer edge. Got Pope to swing over top of it. 3rd strikeout of the game for Pope. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Javier Rosafranco. Rosafranco in the ball game. 1 for 3, singled back in the 5th. First pitch to him. Check swing. They're going to say he did. And selfish decision by the umpire there to make the call himself instead of looking for the appeal. He's going to call a swing there on Rosafranco. Count is 0-1 to him. Pitch inside. Almost hits Rosafranco there. Instead it misses just inside. Count 1-1. Now going back to the check swing, I'm sure the call would have stood. From here it looked like he certainly went, but typically you'll see an umpire ask for help on something like that. 1-1. Hard hit ground ball, but well fouled on the left field line. Franco clearly sitting fastball there. He ended up getting one towards the top of the zone, but way out in front of it. Just pounds it into the ground. Well fouled on the third base line. Count to 1-2 now. Bach comes set. Leyva off a second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a weak fly ball. Start out the left field. The shortstop, Albus, under it. He'll make the grab. And that'll do it for the Bulldog half of the 6th inning. However, they played 3 in the inning. We have played 6. It's a brand new ball game. 6-6 tie after 6 here at Nicolay Field. You're watching Adrian College Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. We have a brand new ball game after 6 innings. 6-6 tie after the Bulldogs put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 6th inning. Matthias Neuenkirchen back out to pitch the 7th. Through a scoreless 1-2-3 inning back in the 6th. There's a pair of ground outs and a soft flare out to second base. But here in the top of the 2nd, top of the order for the Chargers, it's going to be Braxton Harstein, Ethan Bach, and Ethan Roth. They've really been the ones doing the damage so far. First pitch, weak ground ball, sent out to second. Perrin bobbles, throwing to first base, but he recovers in time to get the out. Bit of a shaky play there by Perrin. As I look down at my scorecard, he has made the last 4 plays. He caught a line out in the 6th, and then a ground out, and then a ground out. And the 7th inning, fields another one. I'm sure some of the other infielders kind of wanting to play the game of baseball too, but hey, they're getting the outs. That's all that matters. It's going to bring up the 2-hitter, Ethan Bach now. Bach, been a thorn in the side of the Bulldogs today. First pitch him, breaking ball called, strike at the knees. Bach 3 for 3 on the day. Pair of singles and a double. He's been all over Bulldog pitching so far. The 0-1 to him. Swinging a ground ball, sent out to first base. Hicks fields on the short hop. He'll step on the bag. Neuenkirchen comes into the ball game in the 6th. It's been 5 up, 5 down for him. They're quickly 2 away here in the inning. That's going to bring up the 3-hitter Ethan Roth. Roth 1 for 2 with a walk in this ball game. Struck out his last time up in the 5th inning. So Neuenkirchen filling up the strike zone ever since he came into this ball game. 2 outs here in the 7th. First pitch to Roth. Breaking ball, swinging a foul. Sent out of play into the parking lot. Neuenkirchen ahead of another Charger hitter. Count is 0-1. Outfielders in standard depth. The wind blowing slightly in from right. Not much wind, though. Count is 0-1. Matthias turn kicks, fires into the motion. The pitch. Swinging a line drive. Base hit. Back up the middle. Neuenkirchen left the breaking ball over the plate. As that one missed his face by probably a couple feet there. So good morning to Mr. Neuenkirchen. Sure, that's going to bring the heart rate up a little bit. It's going to be a 2-out base runner for the Chargers as Ethan Roth singles. It's going to bring up the catcher, Matt Riley, who's really been the star of the show for the Chargers today. Riley, 2 for 2 with a walk and a sac fly in this one with 4 RBIs and a run scored. Riley has accounted for 5 of the 6 Chargers runs in this one. He's looking to extend the 7th inning here. It's Ethan Roth, the runner at first base. Not much of a lead over there. Lashaway has a good arm if he were to steal. The 1-0. Breaking ball, check swing foul, sent down the right field line. Once again, into the Charger dugout. Second time we've seen that today. Count's going to move to 1-1 now to Riley. Riley looks pretty uncomfortable with the breaking ball there. Wouldn't be surprised if Neuenkirchen goes back to it once again. Neuenkirchen looks in, gets the sign, comes set. Checks on the runner, Roth at first base. Here's the 1-1. And inside, and yep, that one got him on the hand. Cold weather like this, that can't feel too good, but what I'm sure feels good is moving the go-ahead runner into scoring position here with 2 away. As Riley is on base for the 4th time today. We're going to have a short mound visit here. Head coach Josh Knorr coming out to check in on his pitcher. He's going to be joined by a couple fellow Bulldogs. He's already coming off the field. Just wanted to make sure everything's good with Neuenkirchen. As the game has progressed, the temperature has dropped slightly. It's a brisk day here on the campus of Adrian College as early April in Michigan, who knows what you're going to get. Now today, well, we got cold and windy. Luckily, we did avoid the rain, as it is not scheduled to come in until pretty late tonight. So it's 2 on, 2 out for the Chargers. It's going to bring up Jonathan Evans. Neuenkirchen gets the sign, goes in the motion. First pitch to him. Fastball misses well. Out of the zone, up and away. It's going to fall behind Evans. Evans had an RBI single back in the 3rd, struck out back in the 5th. Neuenkirchen comes set, checks on the runner at second base. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Left side of the infield, Leyva. Shallow left field, camps underneath it, drifts back. He's going to make the grab. The Chargers threaten but do not score. This game is tied. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs looking to walk it off. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on the campus of Adrian College. We are in the midst of a good one here. We have a 6-6 tie heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs with a chance to walk it off here after putting up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was a combination of a string of RBI singles for the Bulldogs. It was Adam Lashaway who really got things started last inning with the 1-out walk, followed up by a Brock Hudick single, a Ty Perrin single, a Jesse Leyva single, in a Tyler Hall single that was able to tie the game up for the Bulldogs. Ethan Bach is going back to work. A little surprising there after he allows the big inning from the Bulldogs. Just waiting on our catcher here. It's Matt Riley, maybe taking an extra second. And the top of the 7th did get hit by a pitch on his hand, and in 40-degree weather, that cannot feel too good for him. So wonder if that might come into play here. I believe it was the left hand that got hit by the Newenkirchen fastball. Looks like we're going to have the warm-up throw going down to second base here. Do it for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Colton Hicks, Andrew Walker, and Adam Lashaway. Hicks has struggled in this one, no doubt about it. He's 0 for 3 in the game, pair of strikeouts. Both of those strikeouts came with multiple runners in scoring position. I'm sure this in the back of his mind, looking to, I guess, redeem himself in a situation like this, as if he gets on base, he represents the winning run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A little mound visit here from Riley, checking in on his guy, Ethan Bach. We are ready to begin action here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs with a chance to walk it off against the Hillsdale College Chargers. Ethan Bach steps on the mound, gets the sign, turns, kicks, fires. Here's the first pitch to Hicks. Fastball misses outside the zone. Bach falls behind Hicks here. Got to imagine if Hicks were to reach, we may see a pinch runner here trying to manufacture the winning run in this one. Second pitch to Hicks, mixes down in the dirt, scooped up by Riley. Bulldog dugout, everyone on the top railing getting into this one. It was a slow start for the offense, and they've come alive late as the 2-0 breaking ball crosses the plate. Count moves to 2-1 now to Hicks. Hicks with a big hole up the middle, and especially that left field line. Anything over the third baseman's head is a guaranteed double. As the 3-1, this is down and way. Skates past Riley a little bit. Count moves to 3-1 on Hicks. We've seen Hicks take long at-bats throughout this one. He's just trying to find a way to get on base for his guys. 3-1 to Hicks. Swinging a fly ball. Sent out to right center field. This might be trouble. They're not going to get to it. It's going to one-hop against the wall. He will motor into second base. And Colton Hicks gets the party started in the bottom of the 7th. It's a leadoff double. He represents the winning run. Hicks got himself in a good count there. It was 3-1, bought himself a fastball. Bach gave him a cookie. Middle of the plate, and Hicks did not miss it. Barrels it up nicely and burns both the Charger outfielders out there. Looks like we're going to have a conference on the mound here. Maybe having a pitching change here. Curious to see what goes on here. I'm a little curious that Colton Hicks still in the ball game over there on second base. Not a lot of speed out there, and I know there's some pretty good speed options on this Bulldog bench, so I'm a little surprised they're not being utilized right now. Mound visit on the mound still taking place. Here comes the home plate umpire to break up the tea party. Gets broken up before he gets out there. So Bach will remain in the game. That's going to bring up Andrew Walker. Walker 0 for 2 in the ball game. Walked in the 4th. Struck out back in the 2nd, popped up his last time up, and they're going to intentionally walk Walker. He's going to live up to his name. That's his 2nd walk of the game. That's going to bring up Adam Lashaway as the Chargers opt to set up the double play here. It is 2-1, nobody out for Lashaway. Infield in standard depth, not double play depth, third baseman, even with the bag. Bach comes set, pickoff play at second. Almost a wide throw. But Albus able to get over, put a glove on it, and keep Hicks at second base. Lashaway is a pinch hitter in this one, came in to replace Cliff in the 6th inning, drew a walk. Here's the first pitch to him. Allen's going to miss just below the zone. Not a bad pitch there from Bach. Lashaway lays off. He gets ahead in this one, 1-0. Bach comes set. Here's the pitch. Check swing from Lashaway. They're going to say he did. Count's going to move to 1-1. It was a breaking ball from Bach. Threw it up in the zone. Lashaway couldn't recognize it early enough. He went around on it. Counts at 1 apiece. Here's the pitch to Lashaway. Fastball misses just off the inside edge. Home plate umpire kind of restricting the strike zone here. We've seen pitches be called strikes in similar locations in this one. But here with the game on the line, a little bit less forgiving. 2-1 to Lashaway. Swinging a fly ball, foul. Down the right field line, going to be well out of play. Count now, 2-2 on Lashaway. Looking to avoid the strikeout here and giving Brock Hudick behind him a chance with a runner in scoring position. Bach comes set, no one holding on Hicks at second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball, is going to be sent out of play, back into the parking lot. Count remains 2-2. Colton Hicks, the runner on second, he represents the winning run in this game. Walker, the runner on first, means nothing. He'll be a step off of first base. Bach comes set, checks on Hicks. Here comes the 2-2. That one into the dirt. It's going to get away from the catcher, Riley. That's going to allow Hicks to move up to third base. Walker into second. And here with a 3-2 count, be curious to see if these Chargers decide to put Lashaway on here, set up the force at home. But with 2 strikes, they may elect the pitch for the strikeout here and hope that Lashaway gets himself here. Got to imagine if you're Ethan Bach, you don't throw anything in the zone here. Just try to throw a high fastball and hope he gets himself out. 3-2 to Lashaway. That one's going to miss above the zone. That's going to load him up. Lashaway draws his second walk in as many plate appearances, and that's going to bring up the hottest hitter in this Bulldog lineup. It is Brock Hudick. Hudick, 4 for 5 in the ball game, had that big RBI triple in the third. Hudick been all over Charger pitching today. Has a chance to win it. First pitch. Fastball misses just off the outside edge. Bach wanted it. Infield and outfield extremely in. Every outfielder about 200 feet away from the batter. Infielders on the grass. 1-0. Here's the pitch to Hudick. Fastball misses way up and away. That's ball 2. Hudick in the driver's seat of this one as Colton Hicks, the runner on third. It's the winning run in this ball game. Bulldogs looking to walk it off here in game 1 of this doubleheader against the Hillsdale College Chargers. Here's the 2-0 to Hudick. Fastball called. Strike off the outer edge. Good pitcher's pitch there from Bach. Hudick wisely lays that one off. Count moves to 2-1. Here's the pitch to him. Fastball misses away. Bach at risk of allowing the walk-off walk to Hudick. Count is 3-1. Hudick in the windup, turns, kicks, fires. Here's the 3-1. That one's going to miss outside. That's ball 4, and that is going to do it here. Brock Hudick draws the walk-off walk as the Bulldogs going to come from behind victory here. They're going to win this one 7-6 over the Hillsdale College Chargers. It was a total meltdown from Ethan Bach as he came into the game with a 3-run lead, and 3 outs later, the Bulldogs steal a win here from Hillsdale 7-6. They out-hit them 12-8. So that's going to do it for game 1 here. Game 2 beginning shortly, roughly 15 to 20 minutes. That will be on a separate live stream. That will be Dion Clark on the call. I will be on as a color commentator. So Bulldogs take game 1 7-6. It's going to do it here. Be sure to tune into game 2 of this doubleheader very shortly on a separate stream. I've been Remington Gilniak. Take care.